How can American have peace? Is more simple than most think, but harder to do than I guess everyone makes it. Um, I have experienced what the American have been experiencing. I came to the US in 1989. I got rocks thrown at me for being not white enough. I got accused of being Korean spy, a Chinese spy, a gook, while defending the damn country. Right now, a lot of Americans protesting. They want to make America great, make America better. Why am I not out there protesting? I don't think it has any benefit. What will have benefit is trials. Okay, the U.S. has a framework. You get a judge, and you have 12 jury of your peers. Let the jury decide. Everything that they're doing right now, it seems like the the bad cop and good cop shenanigan. It doesn't change anything. You know what would change everything? Trial. A lot of trial. The judge don't want to have a trial. Well, you fucking hold a trial without the judge. So you and your neighbor get together and set up a trial. That's how your founding father did it. They got together and said, "Hey, we have a cause. Respect our rights, or we will make you fear our rights." Right now, it's not too late to start the trial, so everybody should start hosting trial. At first, stuff like the UN opinion and your community trial isn't recognized by the oppressor. This guy Tim Walz, he's the governor of the state. What have he done? Jack shit. And then when the ICE were in Los Angeles, what did the governor of California do? Jack shit. And what did the people do? They waited for someone to come help them. Hey, if no one comes help you, help yourself, right? Set up your own trial. Re-elect your own representative. So you elected some people into government office and they betray you. Elect a new one. Form a new community. Um, this is how it works for 4,000 years that I study. It will work again today, work again tomorrow. You and your neighbor against the world. Um, you have the U.S. Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. You were taught that you need lawyers to read, but that's not a fact, is it? Do you really need a lawyer to read? Do you need a lawyer to tell you that you have the right to defend yourself? Do you need to have a lawyer explain how the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land? Do you need a lawyer to tell you that you can, gather and create like a community collective bargaining and decide what is right and wrong for your own community? Do you need someone to tell you that the federal government has to send ICE into your community to make it peaceful? Well, if Hitler put on a vest that said police, does that make him a police? If Al Capone put on a vest and mask and, slap the label police, does that make him police and law enforcement? Think as an adult, do you really need to wait for external validation on what is right and wrong? Or as an adult, you should know what is right and wrong. What is the point of all of this education? By eighth grade, I already studied U.S. government. I just didn't have the agency and the power to stand up for it. But anybody with the education of 8th grade should be able to understand that we have laws in this country that protect people, and people have the right to defend themselves. For example, in 7th grade, I vividly remember my lessons on the spirit of American self-defense, the right to bear arms, right? Protect your home. And you know who I got this from? A white guy. His wife is a lawyer, but he's just a 7th grade teacher, English teacher. And he was, I guess, making a little joke about the legal aspect of home defense. If you shoot the guy, make sure you pull his body back into the house and claim self-defense, because if you shoot him on the way out, it's illegal. w- this law seems kind of unfair, right? But as a society, I think we don't want to shoot people because they were stealing or doing crime. Like, you just don't shoot people, and if they're running away, there's no reason for you to shoot them, and that's what is recognized in the law. I also recognize that, hey, if you fucking invaded my home, I want to shoot you. I really want to shoot you. And the police here that I talk to, they fully understand. But both of us also understand the law don't want us to do it. So we try not to do it, because the law is more important than our feelings, right? Um, yeah, some guy, break into my property to get some water or steal my chicken. But is that really worth ending a life over? Uh, No, in the sense that we respect human lives. Yes, because I feel violated, and potentially, if I detect like a threat, what if he turn and shoot me? I don't know that, but if I see no threat, I could just chase him out, right? And the law sort of set the tone, the culture, the American culture. Is really not about killing everybody who disagree with us. Yet, we have a few American that represent the U.S. in this way. We have dangerous old white men that represent the U.S. this way. From Vietnam War to today, and even before the Vietnam War. I'll tell you explicit example that they never teach in school. During the Vietnam War, the event leading up to it, I have an uncle who was protesting the Vietnam War. He does not believe that the South should engage in a war with the North. It's sort of like right now where a lot of blue insist that we should not have a war with the red. A lot of the red will insist like, hey, let's not have a civil war with the blue. Sort of like that. And he was a college student and he was shot. And, in 1970, in 1960, before the Vietnam War, Vietnam is not like the US. Not a lot of people have guns, okay? Like, most people cannot have guns. So I don't even know how a gun even exists in that protest, but it did. And it shot my uncle. And then the monk, they rally around his death, and they parade his carcass around the city as a war protest. S- that just sounds wrong, right? But that's what happened. And now with the death of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, the Blue are parading their death as the war cry against the anti Civil War protest, whatever. But both of these groups are wrong. The people shooting Renee Good and Alex are wrong. The people that support them are wrong. The people parading the death are wrong. Manipulating American to gather their own power. They're not really there to protect Renee Good or Alex. If they did, they would start having trials. But they're not having trial. You know why? They don't want that trial. They want to preserve the structure. They want to have the power for themselves. So they deny Donald Trump the power, but they only want Donald Trump out. They don't want to remove the structure that support that power. This is a big problem. A lot of people are dying for the wrong reason. And why are they parading Renee Good and Alex Petty? Why aren't they parading Staff Sergeant Pham? You see this face? It's not white enough for the nation to rally behind. This is a big problem, and until that is fixed and that is resolved, you have not really resolved the issue that you are witnessing. So, for the American people who has the power to do something, billionaires, governors, trials, fast, speedy, and fair trial. Set the fucking trial. Put them to trial. If they don't show up, that's fine. Have the trial. If they refuse to show up, fine. Have the trial. Have the conviction. Subpoena the boss. You know those ICE agents? Who did they work for? ICE? Well, the head of ICE better show up to the trial because they are represented by the mobs on the street. They shoot people. The boss is responsible. Who gave them the gun? Who gave them the training? Who told them that they could execute people? Oh, find out. Convict them. Ordering the execution of American should have the same consequences as pulling the trigger. Okay? I don't know what the judge would say, but hey, let's have the judge weigh in. If you order the murder of the American people, not just one, but many American people, should you be punished the same way as the guy who pulled the trigger? Should you be punished more than the guy who pulled the trigger? Should you be punished less? I would say whatever the gunmen have to pay, life imprisonment, forfeit of everything that he worked for his entire life. The person who authorized the execution and the terrorization of the American people, they might need to double that penalty.